Ladies and gentlemen, this is Logic Hogs playing what I want when I want so that we can both have some fun and you can possibly see some games that you would have never played but still enjoy watching the gameplay. And today we are going with Nuclear Option. And you probably don't know this about me, but I am a huge flight simulator freak to the point where it's more of a hobby for me than just a game. And Nuclear Option takes all of the core realistic tactics out of a pure simulator like Digital Combat Simulator and just dumbs it down just enough to where it starts becoming mindless fun. You still got to focus on the same maneuvers, the same tactics. But the thing is I don't need to lock onto one target and shoot a laser and wait for the bomb to explode. No, I'm going to lock onto 17 targets and launch 17 missiles at once. You'll see what I mean. So nuclear option is like if Digital Combat Simulator and Ace Combat had a baby. No. Okay. If nuclear option is a game, it is Digital Combat Simulator, VTOL VR, and Ace Combat all having a threesome, and nobody knows who's the father. So we're just going to jump right into this because I'm planning on releasing multiple videos over the same mission because we're going to jump into the longest mission in the game, which is Escalation. It uses the whole map, and it's a war of resources where you're literally sucking the money from the other team in order to make sure they run out of resources and can't defend themselves anymore so you can take the entire map. I'll explain more in the game. Today we're going to go as BDF just because, but I'll explain more in the game because this is going to take at least like 4 hours. And so I'll be releasing multiple videos over that period of time. So if you're willing to stick in it and see the entire mission, I'm game. All right, so we're playing the Boscali Defense Force. Right now, the teams are exactly the same. They all have the same vehicles or anything like that. So I'm going to jump in, and I need to be on the front lines because the more aircraft you down, the more things you blow up, the more money you make, and the more powerful vehicles you can do. So we're just going to take the Cricket, which is a very small, cheap aircraft. It's the bare minimum. And I just need to earn some points. So I want my regular cannon. In fact, no. I'm taking the 20mm gun pod in case I get into a dogfight, because this 12mm cannon is useless. I want the Kingpin rockets in case I need to take out anything on the ground, and I'm going to take some infrared heat-seeking missiles. Because the main thing I'm going out for is to engage the air. So we have $46 million. We have a certain amount of planes assigned to the country that we can requisition if we're the right rank. But mainly you want to be spending your own money, not the country's money, because when the country runs out of money, you stop spawning ground units. You can't take any ground. And I've got a tracking headset because I'm a freak for flight simulators. And we're just going to go taxi because we need to get in the air. I've already started off real late. We have a disadvantage now because they're going to outnumber the planes in the air and they're going to start dominating the skies, which leads to dead ground units. The good thing about the Cricket is it's cheap, and you can take off literally from these highway airstrips right at the front. And that is really loud on my side. So I hope it's coming okay in the video. I think it is. Let me just make sure I down it a little bit for my sake. There we go. That's a little more manageable. In fact, no, that's too low. I'm gonna bring it back up for you guys, because when the nukes go off, oh man, I want you to hear the bang. But okay, we need to sneak in, we need to be real low, hugging the ground, because we have other aircraft in the air which are all better than I am. They've got helicopters, they've got jet fighters. We already see one guy getting up there with infrared missiles. I'm gonna try and see if I can support him, but no, they're too far away. I see on the map right here, I've got a Cricket trying to sneak in. He's mine. You're a dead man. I'm gonna get in real close so that he can't launch his flares. switch to my infrared missiles. I'm just gonna give him a shot and let him know I'm here. And he's a sucker, he took it. Alright, that guy's an idiot. Alright, now I need to go take this guy. TA-30, I forget what that is. Alright, that's the jet fighter that's available right at the start. But you can see they're bombing our ground units right there. We cannot let that happen, because you can only take new bases. This is like a wave game, like you see on Flash. I'm gonna fire my second infrared. Oh shit, this is going so fast. He's turning away. I cannot catch up with him. I cannot gunfight with him. And he took the flares, alright. But he's not blowing up our ground units anymore. The goal of the game is to make money. It's a resource game where you have to drain the other side. And so you actually make money by making it back home safely. Successful sorties make money, and so I'm not here to die on the mission. I need successful missions and to make it back, so I'm just gonna gun these units on the ground. Long live the Warthog. Ah, shit. Okay. Don't die. Successful missions. Launching flares, and I'm gonna run my ass away and make it back to the strip, because that was pretty successful. I downed an aircraft, I blew up a vehicle. For the cricket, that's pretty good. I can afford to die later whenever I have tons of money, but right now it's all about unlocking ranks to get better aircraft, and it's all about making money. In fact, I've got a supporting aircraft right here above me that's probably going to down that helicopter that was messing with me, and my gun pod is still useful. So I'm going to take this guy. The problem with the helicopters is they've got a gimbaled gun pod on the bottom of them that is a beast. This is basically their equivalent of the Apache. And yep, he's firing at me. I'm firing at you too. What you gonna do? Alright, but he took a missile. Someone fired at me. Flares, flares, notch, notch. Get home safe. Okay. Now I'm gonna run away. Whew. Now I have time to breathe. Okay. That's why I like this game. Osh. No, don't chase me. I'm just a cricket. I've only got 10 flares left. But I have a mountain, and missiles cannot fly through the mountain. I hope. So I'm just gonna hug the trees. Hope I don't hit anything. I think you can actually fly through the trees in this game right now. But sneaking my way home to the K92 highway strip. So that right there is basically one mission. And it's all about getting successful missions over a long period of time so that you can spawn these little waves of tanks that come in and take the enemy airstrips. So coming in for a successful landing pretty fast. I wasn't paying attention. I was looking to the clock to see how long that took. Dropping my gear, and this is where it gets really arcadey. It's like, alright, I'm gonna come in at freaking 200 kilometers per hour and land on a highway. And thunk. Brakes are on, slow down. And we actually did really good for the cheapest aircraft in the game. So I'm gonna go right back out. We really are not damaged enough to warrant replacing the aircraft. So I'm just gonna go here by the ammo and fuel truck, stop by, and get more fuel, more flares, more weapons. I'm okay on fuel. I just need the weapons. It automatically rearms, and we are right back in the air. Which is why you don't want to die. I mean, it takes, spam, that much time to rearm and refuel. Not to repair. But that's what's arcadey about this. Is like, alright, now we're back in the air again, ready to just drop some metal on people's heads. Alright, we've got an SA-46, SAH-46. So that's the dangerous helicopter that they have, those are priority for me to take out. And a good thing is I've got these 24 Kingpin rockets, which are laser-guided rockets. And they're meant for air-to-ground, but this is very arcadey. So screw it, I'm gonna laser guide them right into that helicopter so he can't flare out. I need to sneak in though, right now. He took a couple missiles anyway. Well, we got plenty of air targets here. TA-30, that's the Tarantula, or no, that's the other jet, never mind. I need my infrared missiles for handling him. He is out of my class. But I need to sneak up on him. I need to catch him from either underneath, from the front, from the back, but I wouldn't want to go head-to-head with this guy because he definitely has more missiles than I do. But he is wrecking our vehicles right now. So I'm going to kind of intercept him here and hope he turns left into me, which he is. Say hello. Flares bought it, but I'm close enough. Hope he eats the second one. Come on. There we go. Air kill. Where's that cricket? He's still in front of me. Where is he at? Where is he at? Where is he at? He's right in front. Oh, there he is. Head tracking. I can only really see what's right there. But I've got my Kingpin rockets. So he's notched to me, flying normal to my path. If he goes head to head, there we go. Come on, eat it. Nope, now we're in a dogfight. But I've got my autocannon and he does not. These things will eat our shit little gun. But 120mm round will take his freaking wing off. There we go. Now I've got a lead on him, and I forget what maneuver we're in. There's certain tactics for this, and it's been so long. Come on. You're mine. When you're dodging me, you're not shooting my ground troops. I'm kind of being slow intentionally, trying to get a maneuver kill. There we go. All right, that's the maneuver kill where you get them to kill themselves. I don't get any points for it, but again, that's an aircraft out of the sky, and that's what matters. Okay, time to breathe. Whew. There's plenty of those, what I've called in the past butthole pucker moments in this game, which I love. So, we're gonna go ahead, and there's a convoy right ahead of us. And this game has a good fog of war system, where if there's a question mark over these locked on icons right here, that means that that's the last spot that they were spotted. And like for instance, it says on my map there's a helicopter there. Oh, there is a helicopter there. So I'm gonna try and take him out with these rockets because that helicopter is a little more valuable than one little convoy. Especially if the convoy is not main battle tanks or anything like that. So I'm going to go ahead and fire off one at a time and just get him to panic because we are within range. And he can't do anything about my laser. Bam! Air-to-ground rocket just took off the tail of that helicopter. That is a huge win. And I'm going to use the rest of these rockets on this convoy and go back and rearm. Alright, that's all we've got except for our gun pod, but that is a very good sortie. Time to make it home safe. On my map, all those orange lines popping up in the bottom left there, those are clicks from a radar acknowledging my position. So they know I'm here. And I'm in one of the slowest aircraft in the game. But I have certainly made my money on these two sorties. I mean, holy cow. Just checking my right here. Oh. That's what I love about these combat simulators is most of it is just downtime and chilling, because I actually just like to fly. It's fun. And then the weapon systems are just kind of like the cherry on top. And give you that just clenching sense of, oh shit, whenever the shit hits the fan and you actually have to fight something. I'm gonna wait for that guy to get off the strip. There's someone taking off right now. Come on, get out of my way. Are you landing or taking off? What are you doing, buddy? If you're taking off, you're failing. Oh, he's landing. Okay. He's just taxiing the other way. You gotta be careful. There's no real air traffic control in this, so you just kind of gotta use your common sense and check. Because I have wrecked the most expensive aircraft in the game by crashing it into the most expensive aircraft on the game on takeoff, which is the Dark Star. It's their equivalent of a, you know, stealth bomber. And we are down safe. So again, I didn't take any damage. We're making our money in this cricket. It's pulling its weight. This is so totally worth it. We're gonna take her out again. As tanks roll. Come on, guys. I'm running close air support for you. Make it worth it. And because we got a successful sortie, we got 16 points on our rank. So now we're rank 3. We can use more aircraft. And eventually, I think it's rank 5, you unlock the big old stealth bomber that I was talking about. And you can use nuclear weapons. But the conflict has to escalate to the point where the nuclear option is warranted. And so the whole thing is the battle has to go a little further before you start thinking about dropping nukes on people's heads. So right now it's just more conventional warfare and supporting the troops on the ground, making sure you have sky dominance. And here's the whole map. There's still like a portion over here that's missing. The map's absolutely huge. But basically you got two fronts. You got the front on the right where I am, and you got the front on the left, and there's a little island base that the other side has, which is why I like playing the country that I am now, because the last thing to happen is usually cracking that island, and it's a fortress with so much air defense. Alright, but we've got a convoy heading into another convoy, so I want to make sure that I can keep these guys safe and possibly drop some rockets on the other guys' heads. Alright, someone's shooting missiles into our convoy. I'm keeping my eye on the map. It's probably that cricket, because that's a question mark. That's the last spot that they were last seen. That doesn't mean they're there, but there's something around here. Oh, there's the convoy I should be. I was looking at these two blue dots right there, but that's probably a tarantula dropping off some trucks. Tarantulas are the VTOL unit of the game, and they can drop trucks and light ground units off in weird spots and have radars sitting where they really shouldn't be. Let's just take a rocket and start picking off individual units so the ground units can focus on what they need to do instead of focusing on what I'm looking at. There's a cricket on the ground way back there. It might still be there, it might not. It's gonna be a while before we get there. So again, miscellaneous targets. I'm gonna prioritize SAM sites and radars. Is that cricket still there? No. LCV. SPAG. That's anti-air. That's a gun. So we're all just gonna send him a hello. Now, another thing about this game, again being very arcadey, is that pretty much any missile can intercept any other missile. Alright, that IR is on the other side of the hill. It's a building. I'm not taking that with rockets, but hey, come on. I'll shoot you. And I'll shoot you, Mr. Cricket. Bam. Alright, I'm a little too close for comfort here. But there's nothing really at this base that can shoot me. So I think I'm going to go forward. I'm going real deep into their territory, but I need to hit something valuable. I have a clear shot at that SAM infrared missile. So I'm going to go ahead and take it out. I probably should have taken that radar instead. But the Linebreaker SAM is still a good kill. Yeah, they intercepted my... What the fuck was that? I wasn't paying attention. Time to run away. I am way deep into their territory. I have no idea what hit me. I was watching my rocket, trying to give feedback. Oh shit, something blew up. Get out. And I smack into the ground. Okay. Oh, well, a Corvette shot me down. Shard-class Corvette shot down Io Unis. Alright. There might have been some friendly fire. I have no idea what happened. But we made a lot of money out of that, so I'm just going to go ahead and take the Cricket out again, because now we have $216 million, which sounds like a lot, but the Dark Star at the end here, that alone costs $225. So I'm just going to go ahead, cranking out money, blowing up convoys with my gun pod and rockets, because this is a robust little build that doesn't last long in the field. But whatever you run into, you can at least handle it if you're skilled enough. Although the Cricket itself, I mean, I'll be the first one to say the Cricket's pretty shit. However, flares in this game are just so overpowered. If you drop enough flares and drop your throttle, you reduce the heat of the engine, and the missile will bite the flares. So you have to be really careful when using infrared missiles. They're more of a distraction than anything, or you need to be right up in their face so that even if they do drop flares, the missile will still go for the original target. The thing that is creeping me out right now is I do not see any triangles on our front. There's an ally up there dropping missiles on anybody and everybody, but I don't see any of them, and that freaks me out. We got a radar way off in the distance. Those are priority targets. We have a radar SAM, again way off in the distance. We just need to capture this airstrip up in the front. Again, support the troops on the ground with close air support. But I'm out here in the most shit aircraft at the game, and we are now getting right up in the enemy's face. Okay, I see a missile launch over there that came from the middle of nowhere. Missiles don't just spawn in the middle of nowhere. There's someone out there. That's a ground unit that's on a hill. That's a ship. Someone is targeting that. I think it's a Compass. Is the TA-30. Yeah, TA-30 Compass right here. Ah! Missile out of nowhere. Someone's out there. I think the Compass got hit. Yep, there's the ejection. A big thing about this game also... Ooh, we got a convoy coming up this road. Make them eat my rockets. I see a radar. I need a clear line of sight. There we go. Hello, Mr. Sam. I shot at you before you shot at me. You see me? It's looking. There you go. Eat it. Main battle tank. I don't know if a Kingpin will take out a main battle tank, but it is a heavier rocket. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot, literally. Target 2 more vehicles. Each rocket will take a separate target. There we go. The main tank. Main tank. Oh, no. Here's a truck. Did I get the truck? No. Ah. I'm gonna have to go around. The HLT is just a support truck. It's a flatbed. But sometimes they have ammo and fuel on them, which makes them a real juicy target. And they are very low armored, so I can afford to take them with my, like, default shit gun. Come on. Alright, now I'm going gun pod. I can't afford to waste time over here whenever I could be shooting at something bigger. In fact, I'm kind of reluctant to just, you know, there's nothing behind that truck, and it is just a truck. You know, I need the money. A kill is a kill, rank is rank. Ah, there we go, I damaged it enough, it just blew up by itself. Or maybe the compass behind me took it, but... I still have 2 Kingpin rockets. Let's try and take something well-armored. That APC is a juicy target. There we go. Vehicle, truck. Is that an ammo truck? Yeah, that's an... I think that has something juicy on it, so we're going to take it out with a rocket. It's worth it. Bam! There's a fuel source. Ooh, and I love the aftershock. Someone's shooting at me. I don't like that. So on our way back, we still have the infrared missiles. We still have all of our autocannon pod. I'm just going to kind of fly close to the enemy lines on the left here. Just see if I can catch anything on the ground. On the map there in the bottom left, you see the blue icons are coming up on the red icons. That's a good sign. And I see a radar go down right in the middle of the screen. But basically, these tanks that are rolling in, these main battle tanks, are taking out all of the targets on the ground and taking that airstrip. And so once we get that, we'll be able to take off from that airstrip as long as the buildings remain undamaged. We got a SAM infrared. I don't have any rockets left, but that's a good target. Helipad. That's our main battle tank. It's a building. On the map, I'm looking for any additional blue convoys, but really, it's just this one tank. So I feel like I really need to support him. Oh, shit. What's that? Okay. ARH, that's a radar. I need to notch it, get close to the ground, confuse it, get terrain in between. Oh, and I'm dead. Alright. That's nuclear option. In a nutshell, we are just going to keep doing that in different vehicles, and we've got huge convoys of people coming in, so I need to get up in the air, and I need to support these, make sure nobody's killing them from the sky. So I think the next sortie is going to be air-to-air. But we got both sides here. You can see how many vehicles are up. We've got ships in the fleet. There's so much crap going on. So I need to end the video. I need to get back in the air, support the troops. So this is Logic Hog out, coming in immediately with the next video. So talk to you guys later.